Welcome to the Ben Daniel podcast. We're calling a spade. Asia Wilson, aka the manufactured WNBA MVP, is officially eliminated from the WNBA playoffs. And you know what she said, folks. Delayed, not denied. And it seems as if her playoff hopes, her repeat hopes, her three-peat hopes have been delayed as well as denied. Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces come up short against the New York Liberty and the white privilege having Brianna Ionescu, or is it Sabrina Stewart? Either way, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart take belt to ass and send the Las Vegas Aces packing, and it doesn't come without some shots being fired in the Las Vegas Aces direction. Asia Wilson actually ends up making history, sitting on top of the mountain as the first unanimous MVP in NBA or WNBA history to not reach the finals. Ooh, that doesn't really seem like that is a stat that I want to be the only one. It doesn't seem like that is a stat that I'm going to go home and brag to my closest friends and family. Hey, listen to this record I just broke. I am actually the first unanimous MVP to not reach the finals. Folks, that's what happens when the WNBA already gives you their script in the beginning of the season. Before the season even started, everybody was already penciling in Asia Wilson as the unanimous MVP. It didn't matter how she played. It didn't matter how her team performed. It didn't matter how well Nafisa Collier played, how well Brianna Stewart played, how well Caitlin Clark played. It had no impact at all, as if the script was already laid out in front of us. Asia Wilson was the 2024 manufactured WNBA MVP, and her team full of Olympians, they are all garbage. Asia Wilson, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. She had the infamous Angel Reese double-double that resulted in a loss, but I'm off that. Chelsea Gray, people who they call the point god, consistently proves to us new fans with a brain in between our ears that she's more like the point fraud. Old, slow, unathletic, wobbly hobbly, looking like a hobbit out on the WNBA floor. Chelsea Gray, 3 for 8, 7 points, 6 assists, a minus 16, complete abomination. These are the players that were hyped up to us as new fans entering the league. Ooh, you really got to check for her. They give her the nickname Point God. Ooh, let me go check for her. Kelsey Plum, 17 points. 5 for 16 from the field. 3 for 9 from 3. Kelsey, you think you're Caitlin Clark? Shooting 9 threes? 33% from downtown? Kelsey Plum, what are we doing here? I was told that you were one of the best guards in the league. I was told you were one of the best players in the league, and every time I'm checking you out, I'm seeing terrible basketball. Every time I'm sitting down for an extended period of time, 60 seconds is an extended period of time in WNBA world, I'm watching Kelsey Plum make questionable decisions, missing layups, chucking up threes. Absolutely embarrassing. Don't even get me started on Jackie Young. 1 for 10. Can you imagine if Caitlin Clark went 1 for... And I'm sure the Aces fans are going to live, they really game planned against us today. We were the better team. We really fought through adversity all year long. Ooh. They're already making up excuses like the New York Liberty, they built their team to defeat us. No, Becky Hammond, they didn't build their team to defeat you. Remember, you guys were too busy doing all these different types of car commercials and being celebrity influencers instead of actually practicing your game. Remember, you said that on your interview. I didn't say that. Your words, not mine. That's why you guys lost. You guys took your eyes off the prize. Shout out to Dearica Hamby. I'm sure she's quietly enjoying the downfall. Sydney Colson, Megan Gustafson, Tiffany Hayes, the 6th woman of the year. I don't know what a 6th player of the year is. I literally have no idea what that is. I know in the NBA it's the 6th man of the year, and in the WNBA it's the 6th woman of the year. Can somebody please in the comment section clarify the delusion for me, because I'm having trouble understanding. Wink, wink. But the Aces fell to the white privilege of Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart, 8 for 21. Folks, I'm going to keep it a buck here. Not impressed. Again, when you're shooting over 20 shots and you're only manufacturing 19 points, that's not that good. In fact, that's not that good at all. The only player that deserves any type of credit from the Liberty is Sabrina Ionescu, who, yes, she had one bad game, but of the 4 games, Sabrina seems to be the only one that decided to play consistently a majority of the time. But Breanna Stewart led both teams and scored. I don't care. Again, I don't care. When you're a high usage player, shooting over 15, 20 times a game, you should be a high scorer. But if you're only giving me 19 points on 21 shots, I'm having trouble finding the impressiveness inside of that. I'm having trouble being blown away by anything that was gone there. Now, this was a redemption game for the New York Liberty, and it felt ultra sweet for the aforementioned Breanna Stewart, as in last year, when the Las Vegas Aces beat the New York Liberty in the finals, Becky Hammon decided to get on the podium, get on the stage, and take some shots at Breanna Stewart's 3 for 17 performance. Seems to be a little bit of a trend for Breanna. But let's take a listen.
3 for 17 is you need to talk about it. 3 for 17 is you need to talk about it.
Damn, 3 for 17 is you need to talk about it. Damn. Now, for those of you that don't know, Breanna Stewart was actually going through something during that period of her life, to where her head might have not have been all in the game. Shout out to Troy Bolton and High School Musical. Let's take a listen to Breanna Stewart's response to kind of that statement, but addressing what she was dealing with throughout the finals last year.
And was wiping away some tears. Yeah. Can you give us a little more information on?
Yeah, it definitely was emotional, and I'll try not to get emotional, but Marta's my father-in-law, passed away last year, yesterday. So no matter what, it's a really tough time, and just the way that the series went last year, kind of going through all of that, and making sure that, this year is different, and continuing to, Marta and I talk about doing everything that her dad would want us to do, and we continue to do that. I have receipts on the things that were said that, the entire team does, but for really my mentality was to go in and get this win for my wife and her dad.
And you did. Salute to you, Breanna Stewart, getting a win for her wife and her wife's father. Saying that we got receipts. We got receipts. Folks, the Las Vegas Aces is such a classy organization that they allegedly traded away one of their better players because she was pregnant. Allegedly, that's just what I hear. Jonquel Jones also had something to say about the way that this organization handles itself. Jonquel?
She doesn't know what goes on in our locker rooms, in our huddles. I think it's easy to kick people when they're down and you're up. And honestly and truly, to me, it felt kind of classless. You already won the championship. You get to celebrate with your teammates. You get to talk about the things that your team did to be successful, and you choose to essentially just shit on somebody else in your team and what they've built all year. So for me, it just, I don't care anything more, to be honest.
Shout out to you, Jonquel Jones, calling a spade a spade. The Aces had a chance to just celebrate, talk about all the great things their team accomplished last year, yet the classless, trashy organization, the organization whose leader says, delayed, not denied, what a bum, decides to take that chance to send shots at the opposing team's player who's currently going through something. What a complete dumpster fire the Las Vegas Aces was, and I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying watching them not make it back to the finals. Asia Wilson's dealing with some other things off the court because her best friend, we're not going to get into that, but I know what you guys are saying to yourselves. Ben, how do you know so much about what's going on between the Aces and the Liberty? You told us you weren't going to watch. Folks, I didn't watch. I tuned in occasionally, but it's just bad basketball. Every time I turned off, the referees were just making me like, I got to turn this off. Every time it was just a foul call, like, I can't watch this. I gave it a good hour before I started watching something else. This is a team photo of all the referees from this Aces Liberty game. Just a bunch of Foot Locker employees that had no idea what they were looking at all game. I was tuning in during the 3 o'clock hour. 3 to 4, I was tuning in. Occasionally, you might ask, what was I watching instead? I was watching a real sport instead. I was watching a competitive sport instead. I was watching it, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow go head to head instead in a duel for the ages. Lamar turns it over in OT, only for the Bengals to the bed. Baltimore Ravens end up taking the victory, 41-38. Then the 4 o'clock hour started, and I definitely didn't watch any of this Aces Liberty game in the 4 o'clock. This Mets-Phillies game, MLB playoff baseball has officially arrived, folks. This was one of the best games I've seen in the last 5 years. Mets leading all the way through into the 6th inning, and then you got Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos going back-to-back, tying the game. Nimmo responds, they take the lead. What an excellent game this was. This is what I was watching instead of the crybabies and the victimhood mentality players of the WNBA. I was watching real sports. I was watching real competitive sports. I was watching Burrow, Lamar, and then I couldn't take my eyes off of Mets, Phils, MLB, playoff baseball. It is officially October baseball. Let me know what you guys were watching in the comment section below. Were you watching the WNBA games? Were you watching NASCAR? Folks, NASCAR was going on. A lot of things were going on this Sunday afternoon, but I have a feeling that a lot of people did tune in to quote-unquote hate watch the Las Vegas Aces, although I'm starting to lean that it's not even hate watching. This is just an example of the Stockholm Syndrome that's going on within the WNBA. It's the same product that it's been the last 20, 25 years. If you guys weren't watching the last 20, 25 years, then there's no reason why you should have been watching instead of the NFL, instead of MLB baseball. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We are going to be back in the venue for the WNBA Finals. We're going to open it up. Please, the Minnesota Lynx, can you close out the Connecticut Sun? Another game I didn't watch. Why didn't I? Because I was watching Mets Phillies. I was watching playoff baseball. All the things that I would watch during this time of year. I'm not sure if the WNBA media or the WNBA plants on Twitter have beaten some of you over the head so much that you feel some type of guilt that you... But they said I only watch for Caitlin Clark. I need to prove them wrong and watch every... You don't need to prove anybody wrong. If you didn't watch the last 5, 10, 15 years, it's the same shit going on right now. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. See what these ratings are looking like come tomorrow, or Tuesday. It's true. See you later, guys. Take it easy.